I'm not sure what you said.
I wasn't talking to you. Hi kind friends, today I have another book review and I'm so excited about this one. It is The Curse of the Sphinx by Raye Wagner and its sequel, Demigods and Monsters, by also Raye Wagner of course. And oh my god, I'm already out of breath because I'm 9.5 months pregnant. Hey there, baby coming soon. Wonder what book I'll be reading when he arrives. It'll be interesting. So, this is the Curse of the Sphinx series, Sphinx 1 and 2, and the third one is, I believe, still TBA. They haven't revealed a cover or anything like that. I don't think there's a release date yet, but I'm very much anticipating because this was a very interesting series, and it left in a way that I was like, she's doing what? So, that's going to be a very interesting story. So the first part of this review is going to be spoiler free, and then I have some light spoilers at the end, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'll let you know so you don't get spoiled about anything. This book review is brought to you by BookTube Tours by Grace from Loving Dumb Books, and there's also going to be a giveaway and a Facebook party and all kinds of really fun things involved in this book series, so make sure to check the description for more information about it. And now let's get on to the review. So the first book in the series follows Hope, and she is a Sphinx for a few days out of the month, which kind of makes me draw lines to menstruation. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But 2 or 3 days out of the month, her body transforms into a Sphinx, and it's a curse that's been passed down her family for generations. As her grandmother or her great-grandmother, I'm not sure there, defied Apollo and was like, sorry, I don't want to be your wife or mistress. And then he was like, well, if you can't be with me, then you can't be with anyone. And she was cursed to be a Sphinx. But her daughters and further generations were only a Sphinx when Apollo's power was the greatest, which is a few times a month. So her and her mother have been on the run for as long as she can remember. She doesn't remember life outside of the run. And just hiding who she is because there are different beings that are like, ew, you're a monster, and they're like trying to chase for their family and kill them. So it's kind of a dramatic thing to go through. Then one day, Hope finds that her mother has been murdered, and she is now the only living Sphinx, and she's on the run by herself. So it takes a very dramatic turn, and it just follows her journey trying to keep her secret, especially when she goes to this small little town where things just kind of aren't as they seem. And one of my favorite things about this series and both of the books is that Greek mythology is really like just streamlined into normal life. Like people just believe in the gods, or they believe that the gods used to be there. It's just part of, like, Greek mythology is part of life. This isn't a story where the world is just as it is now, and oops, surprise, mythology was real, here's a Sphinx. It's everybody knows that mythology was real, and you're required to take classes on it. And it's just that people don't see the gods anymore, but they still know that the gods existed. So I think that's really interesting, and just everything was integrated in a very easy to believe way. I wasn't at all like, really? It was just like, oh, okay, so everyone believes in mythology. And she happens to be cursed as a monster. So, very interesting premise, really excited about it. And then I immediately started reading the sequel, Demigods and Monsters, and for some reason I can't ever remember this title, and when I was Googling it to like look up different things about the book, I kept writing demons and demigods, and obviously that gave me like a huge list of things that were not relevant. So, Demigods and Monsters, book number 2. One thing that annoys me is that I feel like these don't look like they belong together. Like, the font is the same, pretty much, but I don't know, I feel like these books just don't look like they were made to be together. I don't know if that's just me, or if I have like a thing about book covers. But anyway, so in the sequel, Hope takes the curse into her own hands and is like, you know, I don't want to be cursed anymore. How am I supposed to get out of this? So we're following her on her journey where instead of being hidden, she is trying to be found, so that then she can find out more information about what it means to be cursed as a monster and how to just break the curse and be just a human again and be able to fall in love. So it's really interesting, and there's a little bit of a light love triangle in this one. So I'm like, ooh, I love love triangles, like a little bit too much. So that was my overview of both of the books. As for my review, I loved the heck out of them. They were a lot of fun. Definitely give them both 4 out of 5 stars, and the only reason they're 4s is because it didn't grab me as much as I thought it would, even though I totally love it. This is one of those things that about me that I hate because I don't know how to explain it otherwise, but it's not exactly a helpful criticism, which bothers me because I know that it's not. But I felt like there was just something missing, because even though I was really involved in the stories and I was like, oh, I wonder what happens next, I was never like, I need to know what happens next. Like, there was just something missing that I can't pinpoint why, that, like, I read a lot, like, right before bed, and if a book doesn't make me want to stay up late to keep reading, then I don't give it a 5. And no, that's kind of like a weird thing, but I was like, oh, okay, I'll read for like 15 more minutes, and then when 15 minutes was over, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I don't like think, nah, just 5 more minutes, and then before you know it, it's 2 a.m. That's kind of like my basis for like what a page turner is for me, because it's really hard for me to sleep right now. It's kind of hard for me to do anything right now. So if something doesn't make me want to be inconvenienced, then it's not a 5. But I know that that's not a helpful criticism. But I thought the story was really well integrated. I thought that I really loved the background on everybody, and I totally like bought into the fact that people believed in mythology, and like just the whole, like, the plot twists and stuff were really great too. I really enjoyed the characters. They were very well rounded. I believed their motivations, but for some reason just there was something that wasn't there. I'm not sure if it was the writing style, I don't know, that couldn't make me give it a 5, but I'm sure probably most people would give it a 5 if that's not helpful. So those were my thoughts on the first 2 books. Now the third book looks like it's gonna have a very interesting setting based on where this ended up, and I was like, ooh, like, I'm very, like, I know that I said that I was like, oh yeah, I just, like, it didn't like make me want to page turn and stay up late, blah blah blah, but the third book, like, when I got to the end and it was talking about like setting up what's going to happen in the sequel, I was like, ooh, I was like, that's going to be interesting. So I'm very much excited for the third book. I definitely will continue with the series. So now to get into a little bit of light spoilery territory, who are you shipping? Like, if you read this series, who did you ship? I really like Zan. I don't know why, if it's his like slightly bad boyness, but I feel like Zan and Hope are a lot more interesting than Ethan and Hope. But I don't think it's going to end up that way. I think she's going to end up with Ethan, especially because she's going now. Especially with where the third book is looked like it's going, where it's going to be set during the underworld. At least it looks like it's going to be set in the underworld. I definitely feel like they're going to choose she's going to choose Ethan because he's the son of Hades, and that just seems like the natural way that this story is going to go. But I'm very much interested in Zan. I think he's coming. Those were my thoughts on the first 2 books in the Sphinx series, The Curse of the Sphinx and Demigods and Monsters. Got it right that time, from Raye Wagner. And I just want to say, because since I got this book during the booktube tours, it was dedicated on the inside, which made me so excited because, like, I love having autographs from authors. I'm like, I can see how you write. Like, it's something that kind of makes me geek out. But she put really nice, there were like general dedications obviously for everybody in the tour, I imagine, but they like really hit home for me. So for the sequel, she put, "You are stronger than you think," and then, you know, heart Raye, and I was like, I am stronger than I think. So loved that one. And then in the first one, "Break Your Curses," love Raye, and I was just like, I will. So I just wanted to put that out there, because Raye Wagner, if you're watching, that like really touched me, because I'm in, like, you know, there's a lot going on, and I was like, I am strong. So thank you for sharing that. So make sure to check out the Facebook party for the Sphinx series. Everything about it is going to be linked below, along with where you can enter the giveaway for this book. I definitely recommend that you guys enter, follow it on Goodreads, and just fall in love with it because it's a really fun series. That is all for my book review of the first 2 books in the Sphinx series. Definitely check it out when you get a chance because they're definitely worth the hype. Definitely. I hate when I say that word a million times. But they are worth the hype that they've been getting, and if you've been seeing a lot of reviews on them, you should definitely check them out because I'm so excited that I was able to be part of this tour and read both books in the series, and I cannot wait for book 3. I hope we get to learn more about it soon. And check out Raye Wagner and all of her other books at the links below. You can also enter the giveaway really easily through the link listed in the description box. And there's actually going to be a Facebook party for this book series, which is really cool. So that will be also linked below. There's lots of things in the description box. You should kind of always check the description box if you're kind of like new to YouTube. Everything's in the description box. So subscribe for more book reviews to find out more about when this guy is coming. Because I think he might be early, which is freaking me out. And I will see you guys very soon. Don't forget that kindness is the best accessory. Be the author to your own story. And I'll see you next time. Bye.